Are you ready?
A Shot of Wrestling presents A Shot of BCW. And away we go!
Break your damn shot, boy. Is that the message you got? We about to go live. Are you ready to rock? So take a shot. Oh, yeah. So take a step up to the break. We got MJP and BCW. That's the reigning championship team. From Milan to Japan and everywhere in between. Get the up-to-date news on the wrestling scene. So take a shot, boy. Is that the message you got? We about to go live. Are you ready to rock? So take a shot.
And here's your host, Michael J. Putty.
Thank you, Shane Ferry. Yes, welcome to another episode of A Shot of BCW. I am at Michael J. Putty, joined once again by America's favorite agent, your guiding light in mind, the governor of BCW, and a man celebrating another year around the sun, Mr. AJ Pan. Governor, welcome back. How you been? Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Doing great. Recovering from the festivities of the weekend, but I'm here, ready to go, ready to talk about BCW, and ready to have a great time.
How was your birthday? We had a good time on Thursday night.
We had a great time. We had a great time. Lots of surprise guests.
Lots of surprise. Former champions coming out?
Yeah, former champions, former Queen of the North. Yeah, wrestling people from my personal life. It was a great time. I'm still feeling it, but...
Yeah, I am too. I don't know. You...
I've done 2 nights in a row. 5 a.m. nights, so... Your boy still got it. So if you ever wanted AJ Pan, you got to come out to one of my nights, and you can see how I could nate and rock and roll all night.
You can tell who really cared about you because they showed up.
Exactly, yeah. Prince Herb, he didn't show up. He had an audition. So,
last minute?
Yeah, something came up. I feel so bad. Me.
Yep.
I hope he just worked on his enunciation on certain words, because...
Saying certain letters in.
Yeah.
This is way inside baseball.
Yeah.
But other than that, Governor, how you feeling? Your birthday, another year. You feeling good?
I'm feeling good, yeah. Getting excited.
Ready for the next 12 months? For another chapter in your book?
Yeah. If the next 12 months is anything like what it was Thursday, I'm looking forward to it. It was a great time, celebrated with great people, and yeah, I'm ready to, hopefully it continues on for the next 12 months, and we kick ass.
We're also about to get ready to celebrate Anniversary 8.
Yes.
Sunday, May 25th, Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. Bouijii Combination Wrestling on Instagram, BRII_combination_ wrestling on Instagram, BCW _wrestling_ on Twitter, and BRII Combination Wrestling on the Facebooks. Anniversary 8, a Jurassic Celebration, as, I don't know how you would get into this. The last show ended on, I guess, sad circumstances would be... putting it mildly.
Yeah, as many of you know, unfortunately, at Madness in the Mecca, Vince Steele sadly passed away. He had a heart attack in the ring, and shortly thereafter, he passed away. Definitely, we didn't get just very, very sad. I don't want to really, we all said what we wanted to say online. We don't want to, we wanted this to be a celebration of Vince's life, and that's the way he would have wanted it. I hate to say it fits in perfect, but anniversary celebrating. The birth of BCW, and BCW is a place that Vince, one of the few that he called home, along with Shadow Wrestling and a couple other companies. But I know Vince and Anthony Cole were very, very close, and we all consider Vince part of the family. And last few months or so, he was definitely doing that and having fun times, along with Anthony Gangone, Darius Carter, working with Anthony Cole. It was a really good time, and but that obviously a tragic event, but.
Sad.
I hate it, but the show must go on, and we're going to do it in style, not only to celebrate BCW, but celebrate Vince. So, if you haven't been out to a show in a while, come out and help us celebrate the life of Vince Steele and help us celebrate another year of BCW. 8 years. It's anniversary 8. We've been in business. Shane says it much more eloquently. We've been around 9 years due to the pandemic. This is our anniversary 8, so. Yeah, Shane explains it much better than I do, and I can't. Yeah, next year we're going to be in business 10 years. It'll be anniversary 9, but we'll be in business 10 years, which is crazy.
Nuts.
I've been here almost since the beginning. I came 6 months into the company's run.
Here you are.
Yeah, and we've seen a lot. One day we could dedicate an episode just to favorite BCW moments and maybe pull back the curtain on some behind the scenes stuff. But yeah, we've seen a lot. We've seen champions from Mike Orlando to Joe Gacy to Azrael to Darius, Marina Shafir. And a lot of people you probably don't even realize who passed through our doors. And this event's going to be no different. We're going to have a great night.
As always.
Yes.
It just feel like we were walking there. I was sitting there getting ready for the show to start.
Yeah.
And Shane was like, "Oh, I need a song with 7 in it," and he plays 7 years. But I forgot his name. That was a year ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, how fast is this year ago? Now we're at anniversary 8.
Yeah. Yeah. Time's flying. Time's flying.
Do you mind me asking how much time passed before you addressed Cole? Like, after what happened, did business start turning back into what's going to happen next?
It was about 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, I had it. Yeah, because we just the first couple of days alone. Well, Cole again, like Cole, you know, we all were devastated, but this really hit Cole incredibly hard, and he just wasn't, you know. He was in touch with the family. I just really couldn't even think of business. People were asking me stuff, and I couldn't even really focus on anything for about a week or so. And then after we went, you know, Vince's mass and, you know, the memorial that Monday, we needed to get back to business, and, you know, we paid our respects. You know, we celebrated his life, and it was time. We had to move ahead and say, where do we go from here? How do we address everything, and what's the best way for us to honor Vince? And it just happened to line up. Anniversary was coming up, and let's make this a Jurassic celebration.
Again, off topic. Thank you, because I remember I got home that night. I'm still shook as everybody else is, but I'm seeing this news hit these fucking dirt sheets.
Yeah,
and so I'm like, no, I was there actually.
Yeah.
I don't know what witnesses you're talking to. And one news site I think you showed me had that you passed away. Right? Didn't AJ Pan pass away or something?
Well,
like that?
they said Vince Steele's real name, AJ Pan.
Right.
So they could.
It was just
I don't know how we can confuse us both. I mean, we're both good-looking men, but there's a big difference. He's much taller. He weighed a little bit more than
a little taller.
Yeah, just a little taller.
Then
and,
you were able to reach out to PW Insider to straighten everything out.
Yeah. Luckily, I'm good friend. Thank you, Mike Johnson. You know, for reaching out. And I didn't want to reach out to anybody. People were asking. I'm like, number one, we're dealing with this as human beings and friends and colleagues of Vince. So the fact that these vultures are coming out of the woodwork immediately, and you know, like we're literally at the hospital, and we have to talk with each other like, oh, well, do we address something? Like, no, we have to be with our friend, deal with our own emotions right now. Everything can wait till tomorrow. If they want to talk about us, let them. We know we have enough people who are there who can set the record straight. And the next day, like, just more stuff was getting out, and I was contacted, and I said, you know what? I said, yeah, let me, you know, he asked, do you want to tell me, you know, just, you know, what you experienced? And all right. And I told my job, everything you can read on, you know, PW Insider, and it's been posted on, thankfully, all the other, like, credible outlets covered it, you know, like People and a couple other good, you know, so, but yeah, just, besides them being sad, it was, like, so frustrating to see all of the negative and just completely false narratives coming out about that, so.
Yep.
Yeah, so, you know, thankfully, you know, got to get the real story out, and yeah, it was a horrible, like, yeah, it sticks with me. It's going to stick with, you know, obviously for a long, long time to come, and all we could do now is just, you know, keep doing what we do best as BCW, and this show is for Vince. You know, we're going to definitely honor him, and we're definitely going to feel his spirit next Sunday.
The BCW, when you're here, your family.
Yeah, isn't that Avant-Garde?
We took it.
Okay, all right.
Shadow Wrestling stole it, so we're going to... I think they abandoned it or something like that. I don't know, but whatever. But I think we're talking about it in the hospital. I think we're talking about it at the wake. It's wrestling, right?
Right.
So it happened in a wrestling ring.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't. You're still waiting for him, like, oh, psych, and he's going to make a run in. And I don't mean it as a joke. It just
it's hard
to settle.
That's our mentality, and you know,
it's hard for it to sink in. Oh shit, this is actually.
Yeah, this is
real.
this is not. This is, as we say, a shoot, and and unfortunately, it's not a part of an angle, and you know.
Yeah, that's what shakes you the most. Like, oh wait, man.
Yeah, It's.
But anyway, we will do what we do best.
Yes.
Anniversary 8, a Jurassic Celebration, Sunday, May 25th, Ridgefield Park, New Jersey, in collaboration with Shadow Wrestling Alliance.
That's correct. Yes.
All matches will be honor Vince Steele, including a 10-man tag, Double G, Super Georgie, Fast Forward, Damp, and Kobe La Mascara versus John the Animal, KB King, Adonis Stone, Mad John, and Odyssey. A lot of, what's Booker T called? Meat.
Yes, big meaty man.
No bread, no water, just meat.
Yeah, just meat. This is a match presented by Shadow Wrestling Alliance, and it's a lot of these talents that are on the show are friends of Vince's. So, you know, we're working with them on that. We're honoring, honoring BCW, but we're also honoring Vince. A lot of, talented individuals in this match. I know we're familiar with Adonis Stone. He was in the Grand Rumble. He was a participant there. He showed us a bit, showed our audience a bit of what he could do. But I'm familiar with a couple of these, talents. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of them for the first time live. This should definitely be. This is a bit of chaos that we haven't seen in BCW in quite a while. And, get ready. It's going to be hard to Luckily for you guys, I think the Shadow commentary team is going to be calling that.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so you you don't got to worry about that. The Shadow commentary will be covering those matches. They have their team. Ray Sanchez, who was, he worked with BCW for a long time, so he'll be back for that. And I forget the other gentleman's name. We can look that up as we go along. But, they'll be calling that. So, you and Cheyenne are off the hook for that one. And
good luck, gentlemen.
Yeah. But you, the fans, are going to be the winners because it's going to be a very fast-paced, a very chaotic matchup.
Was it an 8-man tag with Mike Law last year?
It was 6-man.
6-man.
Yeah.
And that was even chaotic for me to
Yeah. There were so many personalities in that one. And that was, Yeah, so if you think a 6-man tag was enough, you had a 10-man coming up.
I could use one of my favorite idioms in wrestling. Okay. Hope that ring's reinforced.
Yeah, it better. But we're gonna talk to Steve off that day. Make sure.
Next up, a tag team turmoil match. The Cha Cha Juggernauts, Cha Cha Charlie and Rafisi, go against First Class. Not that one. Big Cuzzo and Johnny Santos against Black Mafia, Danga and King Jeter, The Prospects, Colin Parker and Jay Alfredo, and finally Uptown Boys, Jared Diaz and Matt Awesome. Not a lot of meat in that match, too.
Yeah, there's a lot in there, too. And quite a few familiar faces now. We know Big Cuzzo, formerly of Too Good, and he's been on his own for quite a while. And I've seen some of the First Class stuff. Interested to see this iteration of Big Cuzzo. Last time we saw him, too, he was in the Grand Rumble. He was making a mark and flinging people out left and right. King Jeter, we haven't seen in ages here in BCW. He was a part of the old-fashioned, the old school King of the Monsters tournament back in the day. So you can imagine what that's going to bring to this contest. Mm-hmm. Jay Alfredo, I've heard a lot about this up-and-comer, so we'll see how that tag team does. There's so many teams, and there's so much. It's hard to keep track of everybody. This is another Shadow Wrestling Alliance, presented by, and you're lucky you don't have to call this one. But again, you're in for a treat. These 5 tag teams, they've been making their rounds and making waves in the Northeast. So you're in for a treat, and then who knows if they impress enough, maybe they'll get a tag team title shot. They can get contention into the BCW ranks. We'll have to see what happens. Who impresses? It's time for a lot of talents to step up on the show.
Bad Mother Flying Championship. Smiley defends against Benny Blanco, Max Capacity, Louis Lindo, Jeff Skywalker, Darren Richardson, Intern Jerry, and question marks. Which means there might be a surprise or two.
There might be a surprise, yeah. Vacant. The graphic has, the famous Vacant champion there. But this match, we've seen a lot of, on at Madness in the Mecca. 3 of the individuals were in the match with Vince Steele, so this match definitely means a lot to them. We're definitely looking forward to seeing that, and they're definitely going to have the spirit on Vince in that match. Benny Blanco, Max Capacity, Jeff Skywalker, so they're definitely going to be looking to prove themselves, and they want to honor Vince in that way, and they have, I'd say, an added reason to win that match. Intern Jerry, he was supposed to, unfortunately, he didn't get to have a match at Madison the Mecca due to, everything going on. So, one of the BCW competitors, I had to get him in there, throw him in that match. Smiley, we've seen before. He's been well known up and down the East Coast for years. Extremely talented individual. Louis Lindo, he's, he had a little, he took a little break, but he's back. Seen a lot of him. He always used to visit BCW. He finally gets to make his debut on a BCW event. Looking forward to seeing him back. I'm wondering who the mystery person is. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not involved in it. And again, I'm not involved in that decision-making. I was able to get Jerry in the match, so, I'm looking forward to seeing him get the opportunity, to prove himself, and it'd be a big win for him to win the... I don't know Jerry to fly, but...
No, I haven't...
Yeah.
Can he?
I don't know. Maybe. If I get on a step stool or something, he can do something like that. I don't know, but hey...
You make him.
Yeah, it'll be a good opportunity. I will not be. I will come out and accompany him. I will not be staying at ringside for this madness.
I don't blame you. Yeah, people coming at you all over the place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I might sit in the crowd. Maybe I'll sit with Wes and Rocco and Kyle.
There you go.
Maybe I'll do that. But yeah, that should definitely be. I don't know the rules of a bad Mother Flyer match. That's really, I have no idea what to expect if it's all 7 or 8 in the ring at once. And good luck to whoever's doing that as well. That's again out of my jurisdiction.
Can't be even more crazy than that match of the year we had last year. That was all over the place. You can't start in the ring. It has to start in a bar somewhere. That was
Oh, Facade and Bouijii.
that was talking about crazy rules. That's
That
gonna be hard to top.
was a great. That was a lot of fun. It's something again we never seen in BCW before, and who knows? Yeah, I'd love to see Facade come back and I'd like to have another one of those matches. Start in the bar and end up in the. It couldn't be in the ring. That was the main stipulation.
What a crazy rule for a wrestling match.
Yeah,
and God knows what we have in store here for the Bad Mother Flyer Championship.
Yes.
PCA's now making an appearance. Journey Burke takes on Nahir Robles.
Yes. Unfortunately, Emily J. She has a prior commitment, so she cannot make it this. But time for me and Journey, old school. We haven't done this in a while, solo together, so we're gonna have a good time. Nahir Robles, she's been making waves, and she has her tag team partner JC Storm. The MLB Major League Blonde. So, when here could get them a tag team title shot in the future. I really don't see that happening. I'm betting on Journey Burke. She just had her 150th match in her career.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she celebrated yesterday. So congratulations, Journey. Very happy for you. Very proud of you. And yeah, let's have another win next weekend, and let's have the PCA Memorial Day Rager.
There you go.
Yeah, as Liz Moreno would call it.
So they're not invited, right? Certain people aren't invited.
No, I didn't have a chance to address that, but yeah, there was. Emily does not like Cheyenne. He's never invited. You're on the invite list. Obviously, Alyssa's on the invite list, but yeah, Cheyenne is.
It was really awkward on commentary at the time when she mentioned it, and he's like, "What? I'm invited. I'm coming."
Yeah,
Emily invited him.
No, she did not. No,
weird.
No, I think he still uses AIM. I said that's why he tries to get in contact with people. Yeah,
probably. I think PlayStation Messenger he mentioned one time. I think.
That's how he supposedly talks to Bouijii.
Yeah, or playing chess.
Yeah, he's another idiot. Him and Prince Herb would are good company together.
Yeah, we're having a party February 29th. The fall for it. Yeah. A man who was close, aligned with Vince Steele, Anthony Gangone takes on Steve Mack.
This is a surprising match. Yeah, Anthony Gangone. We don't know where he stands right now in BCW, just because his issues with Anthony Cole, but obviously right now that's not on anybody's radar right now. But Gangone definitely wants to get back in the BCW championship picture. In speaking with Shadow, we were collaborating with them on, having some matches mixed and reaching out to the talent. Steve Mack, actually, and Vince were good friends, and Mack wanted this match with Anthony Gangone. So happy to have it. It's definitely going to be a hard-hitting one.
Yeah.
Steve Mack, one of the true legends of the independent industry. The Hit Squad,
Always fun calling his matches.
Yeah, him and Dan Moff, legendary tag team. And Mack has just had a great career, so definitely a big test for Anthony Gangone, and this is definitely a match worthy of anniversary. So, we'll get through this match. I'm sure it's going to be weighing on, on Gangone's mind. That somebody he was working with. Vince Steele. Even all the that match between the both of them. That no DQ match was a hell of a match.
Yeah.
And I remember Vince showing, I think me and Cole after that, he still had the thumbtack in his boot as a badge of honor.
Someone said that, yeah.
Yeah, he was showing us after that. He was like, for him, that was a badge of honor that happened. So that's how much he loved the industry. So, we were laughing, and he was smiling so big about that day. So, yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, we're gonna. I'm sure Gangone's gonna be feeling it in that match, and we all are. So, but yeah, definitely, this is one. Talking strictly wrestling wise, you're going to want to watch this match because it's going to be. Could be a potential already match of the year candidate.
Wouldn't be surprised. Dark horse.
Yes, definitely.
BCW Women's Championship will be defended as Notorious Mimi takes on Janai Kai and Diamond Virago. Hope I said that right.
I believe you did. Yes.
Thank you.
Mimi's first official defense. She's supposed to defend against Ava Everett. We hope to have her back to have that match at some point. But this is a great one. Janai Kai has been killing it on the independent scene for so long. We've wanted to have her for a while. Just schedules didn't match up. Now it did. And her and, Diamond, this is going to be a test for Mimi.
Mm-hmm.
A triple threat match is always, not in our favor. Mr. Cole went above my head and made this match.
Of course.
I didn't know it was going to be a triple threat. But you know what? Mimi's up for the challenge.
Good.
Mimi's...
That's the attitude.
Oh, yeah, she's excited. And as we said when she won the championship, if you thought Vicky's reign was something, the Angel's reign is going to fly higher than anything BCW's seen before.
2 matches left on the card here, but let me give you some time here to talk about your girl going against Darius Carter. He called out on the award show.
Yes.
She delivered.
Oh, she did.
Oof.
And I told you, but I'm like, don't sleep on my girl.
I don't think he was expecting that. I saw the look in his face.
And that's what I love. I love proving people wrong. I love seeing that because I knew it all along. I wasn't surprised, but everybody else was. And when we spoke, but we were speaking, and like I said, you did hear like Darius was talking. I'm like, she's like, okay, yeah, I'm sure I'll see him at some point. And of course, in true Darius fashion, he wants to start out. He wants to come out during this opening of the show, which is fine. Love having Darius out. Came face to face with Mimi, and proof to everyone, Mimi went toe-to-toe with him on the mic verbally. And some people might think that she won that battle. Yeah. So, I mean, I love Darius, and I think he's a great talker, great champion, one of the best in ring. But Mimi surprised everybody. And, right now, we want to make this women's championship reign. We want to prove that she is the dominant one. And, yeah, she wants to have her reign overshadow Vicky's. So that's the goal right now. And in the future, who knows if we'll see a Darius-Mimi confrontation. I know that if we do, that'll be a match for the ages. I would look forward to seeing that.
Me too. Sign me up.
Yeah, that would be a great one. But as of right now, we're looking to cement her legacy from the Queen of the North and now the women's the most iconic women's championship wins in BCW history.
That's putting it mildly.
Yes, that cash in, no one expected it.
No.
Maybe because, again, the mastermind of the Angel.
Master.
Yeah. As we say, you mix a mastermind and an angel, you get a mastermind and a champion.
And how quickly Prince Herb just melted down. Like, he just completely lost who he was and just exposed himself as who he was.
Exactly. And it showed his inexperience, and he always tries to talk a big game, but experience trumps his buoyance and his bluster. He thinks he knows, and he thinks he's that guy. And I proved again, you're not that guy. I didn't, and we had a gentleman's agreement. Well, I didn't, but I didn't go to the contest during the match. They had their match, but the brains always went out because people forgot about the contract. They forgot I had the fail-safe in there.
Yeah, definitely did. Definitely pulled wool over everybody's eyes.
Yep, and it was all within the rules. I didn't do anything wrong. The contract states we could have did it, and you called it and realized he had to come and read it. Like, you signed this. Your signature's right there.
I saw it, yeah.
The Queen of the North can challenge anytime, any place. Not our fault. Everybody else who's done it before announced it.
Yeah, true.
Smarter than that. We're both smarter than that. And we had, again, I'll give it to the faithful. They made the right choice to make that the fans' choice match, but that wasn't our choice. We took our choice after.
Well said.
Yes.
I think we have a new ultimate opportunist.
I did.
Moving on, the Grand Dragon Championship will be defended as Bouijii takes on Ichiban and Mantequilla.
That's going to be a great high-paced match.
Yeah.
Yes. We were supposed to see Bouijii and Ichiban at Madison the Mecca. We didn't get a chance to see that, so we had it here, and Shadow Wrestling Alliance and Anthony Cole worked together and added Mantequilla to this match. So, big test for Bouijii, and he's been another one, too, that him and Darius have been on a collision course. They've been one-upping each other and going back and forth. This is a big match for Bouijii to really step up and prove, he beats two competitors in one match. He's ready to establish. I mean, and yeah, he has a way to go, but he wants to. Anthony Gangone, the inaugural Grand Dragon champion, had about over a year reign. A little over a year reign. So and Bouiji's had a great list of opponents. He's faced the likes of like Effie, Chris Bay, and BCW. He's faced so many. So this is another great challenge for him. We have to see what happens when he does. Where does he go from there after that? If he does win, if he sexually depends. Does he go after Darius? Do we have a unification match? Do we have a title versus title match? At some point, who knows? Or does Bouijii just continue on tormenting Darius until Bouijii, I'm not going to say he's tired of being Grand Dragon champion, but when he feels he cemented his legacy enough to be like, you know what? Now it's time for me to become world champion.
So I just asked you about this match with three competitors. You spent most of it talking about Bouijii.
Yes.
And Darius Carter.
Yes.
We talked about this at Madison the Mecca. Do you think Bouijii's overlooking his opponent because he's so focused on Darius Carter? He seems to be not focused on what's now yet adding another man. It seems like if he's not focused, things won't go his way.
That is a very good point. I definitely am one who thinks that Bouijii should be more focused on cementing his Grand Dragon legacy. But I've known this kid for years, and he's a bit of a menace, and he wants to cause trouble wherever he goes. And he sees now, now he beat Gango and he had a great match. He has his first BCW championship. So I think he thinks he's on the level of Darius. I'm not saying he's not getting there, but there's been a lot of similarities pointed out between Darius and Bouijii. I think Bouijii thinks that he is ready to take that spot. I
get that impression,
yeah. Do I think he's there yet? That remains to be seen. If I was representing him still, I would tell him to concentrate on the Grand Dragon legacy, but we'll see what happens here. But that might be his downfall.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens. See a new champion. Who knows?
May 25th, Anniversary 8, a Jurassic Celebration's main event. Darius Carter defends the championship against Prince Ahmed.
This is, I was surprised seeing this match, but this is definitely, like, they're both looking forward to this match. It's a big conflict in styles, a big contrast in styles, I should say. Another person, Shadow Wrestling, I've seen Prince Ahmed, and I've heard a lot of great things about him. He's been doing his thing. But yeah, they mentioned him. I think he's had a little bit of a history with Vince, and him and Darius, that's the main event. Anniversary, this is time for this kid to step up. Do I think he's going to take the championship? I do not think so, but this is definitely a huge opportunity for Prince Ahmed to face one of the best, not just in, this area, in the independents right now, Darius Carter. He's close to untouchable. I've said it in the press, I've said it behind the scenes. Darius is the litmus test of pro wrestling for me. If you can go in there with him, if you can hold your own with him, then your stock rises. And it's tough for Darius to not have a match, but if you could, it's either him having a match with someone, and then there's someone who can have a great match with him. That's two different things.
Well said.
Thank you. We're gonna see if Ahmed is on that level to have that great match with Darius. It's definitely, I'm looking forward to seeing what he does here. But Darius, I hate to be crass, but he's just he cares that this event is Anniversary and that he is BCW.
Of course.
So this is basically his show. I'm sure that he would say something like to that effect, that the reason for Anniversary 8 is because of Darius Carter.
Yeah, I think he says that every show, though.
He does, but it's hard to disagree at times.
No,
but it's very hard to disagree. Again, he's been that standard bearer for us for most of the company's tenure. So, yeah, all hail the All-Father.
You just said it, though. Can Prince Ahmed defeat Darius Carter? You don't think so.
I don't think so.
A lot of people said the same thing about Mimi and the confrontation on the mic. They were proven wrong. There's a slight chance you could be proven wrong.
There's always a chance. There's always a chance in wrestling. But
always. Never say never.
I would definitely put my money on Darius. I would definitely bet the house on Darius. But you never know. You never know.
That is your card. Anniversary 8. Your 8th anniversary. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to celebrating. It's a little bit of a somber one, but we're definitely going to celebrate in style. And we're doing it for Vince. We're doing it for BCW. A lot of people didn't think we'd make it this far. We're still here. We're kicking ass. Like I said, we have so many people that's come through the door. We've had people like Joe Gacy, referee Daphne in WWE. She was in one of our the inaugural Queen of the North. Tasha Steele, Brandy Lauren. So it's just so many people have been to the beast that you don't even. Austin Theory.
Yeah.
He main evented an Anniversary.
That's right.
Jake Hager
against
Darius Carter. Yes. So yeah, there's so many. So yeah, definitely. Go in our history. I'm sure you can find, look on the YouTube channel, Title Match Network. There's been a lot of great matches in BCW history, and we're looking to continue to add to that on May 25th for Anniversary 8, a Jurassic Celebration.
So a lot of times you get there early before the show. You're in the locker room.
Yes.
Maybe digesting some babos.
Trying to, at least, before I'm getting bothered by.
You're running around like a chicken.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, I'm lucky if I have 3 bites of my sandwich.
So I often sit there and look at people coming in, people getting ready, and how they go over their matches.
Yes.
As you were talking during our show today, I counted maybe 40 people on this card.
Yeah.
That is I don't know if the locker room can hold that much mass.
Yeah.
40 people coming out to celebrate Vince Steele. That says something about his character, the man he was, the legacy he's leaving behind. 40 people are appearing on one card. Jeez. 8 matches.
Jeez, thanks for doing that. I didn't need to think of that.
Yeah. First thing I thought of, I was going, tag team, 10-man, bad, what the, how many people? Holy 40 people. One little locker room. Bridgefield Park, New Jersey, May 25th, Anniversary 8. A Jurassic Celebration. Get your tickets now. BRII_combination_wrestling on Instagram. BCW_wrestling_ on Twitter. Brie Combination, BRII Combination Wrestling on Facebooks. Get them while you can. You don't want to miss a Jurassic Celebration show on the card. It's going to be huge.
It's going to be Jurassic.
Yeah, well said. Governor, where can people find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram at AJPanPC. You can find me on X at AJPan_PCA. And you can find me on, I need to get more active on TikTok, but yes, you can find me on TikTok at AJPanPC as well.
All right, Governor, well said. Well, still your birthday weekend. I would go out and get some drinks.
Yes, definitely.
So for the Governor, I've been your host at Muggy Putty. Until next time, Putty out.